Tesla's secret weapon, the Giga Press. Tesla has invested heavily in its Giga Presses and continues to do so, but do those massive machines provide an advantage over the competition, and by how much? Want to know more? Keep up with me till the very end. Here is all you need to know about the weapon. Tesla is known for doing big things, so it's not surprising that Giga Presses would be found in its factories. These massive machines dwarf most people's homes. The Giga Press is used by Tesla to produce single-piece chassis for their automobiles. This means the automaker only has to deal with 3 parts instead of the hundreds it would have had to deal with if it had followed the auto industry's long-standing practice of bolting and welding parts together. This is interesting, isn't it? A Giga Press works similarly to any other die-casting machine, using a plunger to force hot molten metal into a mold that will be reused. The impressive difference is the scale at which a Giga Press works. Consider a plastic toy car. The cheaper ones are usually made with a single solid piece before the tires are tacked on. Now, imagine the entire chassis of a car being made in the same way, but this time from metal. The chassis will be at most 3 pieces, with the front and rear sections joined by a battery pack structure. The making of a vehicle chassis with a Giga Press occurs in different ways. Keep scrolling down for more. The preparation stage is injecting soybean oil into the mold, which is required to make it easier to remove the final chassis and ensure that the mold can be reused. A furnace outside of the Giga Press is used to melt the metal. Tesla's chassis is made from an alloy of aluminum and silicone. After cooling to 400 degrees Celsius, the mold is opened and the chassis is put into a pool of water by a robot for further cooling to 50 degrees Celsius. Finally, the chassis will be inspected for flaws and rough edges will be cut before robots drill all of the appropriate holes. Tesla must have seen the concrete benefits before committing to Giga Presses, as they need a lot of expenditure and room for installation. What is the advantage of this weapon? The fact is that the Giga Press is a game changer in the auto industry. The most obvious advantage is speed because, despite their massive size, they work very quickly. According to IDRA specs, an aluminum silicon alloy can go from molten metal to a chassis in less than 100 seconds. JP Morgan went to see a Giga Press in action and was impressed. They did some quick math using a cycle time of 4 to 5 minutes and estimated that a single factory with 10 Giga Presses running continuous shifts could produce 350,000 Model Y chassis per year. The Giga Presses actually reduce space requirements by about 30%, and manufacturing costs are much lower. I mean, we see about a 30% reduction in the size of the body shop, which may seem surprising given the large sizes of the machines themselves, but less space and fewer robots means a smaller maintenance budget, and people will lose their jobs, but eco-presses make a lot of money. The cars themselves benefit from the single-piece chassis because they are free of defects associated with welding and bolting parts together, such as weak joints and misaligned parts. They also weigh less despite being structurally superior, which translates to more range for the same battery capacity. Tesla continues to outperform the competition by ordering more Giga Presses from IDRA. It will almost certainly use a Giga Press for its upcoming Cybertruck and semi-truck, despite the fact that the former steel structure will require more power. We're really going to be employing an even bigger casting machine for the back body of Cybertruck, so we'll be using an 8,000-ton casting press, Musk said. We have been able to secure the first order for an 8,000-ton die casting machine without revealing who the client is, but it kind of gave itself away by revealing the Giga Press will be used for making new energy vehicles by a leading global manufacturer, which points Tesla apart from that industry. Tesla isn't the first automaker to use castings, as Cadillac, BMW, and Audi have all done so in the past, but none have gone as far as Tesla has. How the rest of the industry reacts to this is unknown, but we do know that the auto industry isn't one that jumps at the chance to change things, so Tesla may be able to maintain its lead for a while. Only new startups, according to JP Morgan, have a chance of following Tesla's lead here because they are nimble enough to adapt to changes. For the time being, the only other company using a Giga Press is based in South Korea and doesn't even make cars. It is used by Glovatech to build components for its 5G telecommunications equipment. That's all for today. What are your thoughts on this weapon? Please let me know in the comments section. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and smash that post notification bell for more amazing videos. I'll see you in the next video.